Thank you very much. MVP, the boss. Was my apology loud enough? MVP, can we get one Kenyan man who's actually in the USA to come up here? I beg you.
Hello
Let me
there. Hello,
apologize.
everyone.
MVP, please tell me you're in the USA.
Yeah, I'm in Jersey. How you doing?
Ah, Twendekazi, perfect. Perfect. Finally, after 2 hours. During the
So,
conversation, what you've heard, talk to us.
yeah, I want to support a lady. There's a lady who said, the Kenyan man that, when we come to the US, we get that culture shock. That's a very good point. And it's really affecting, most of the families because, like now when you come over here and you are not used to taking care of kids, by yourself in the house, and now boom, there you come and you left with the kids in the house. You have nobody to talk to. People got different shifts and people are very busy over here. You have nobody to talk to, like you're just there with the kids, and not to say not a bad thing. The kids will, they are very exhausting sometimes.
Not
So
sometimes,
that
bro. MVP, not sometimes. Listen, listen. Not sometimes.
yeah,
Can you
sure.
just say kids are exhausting? Just say that. And we love our kids. But go ahead.
Of course, yeah, they're exhausting, and that's how they grow.
Yeah.
It's how even we grew up. Like we exhausted our parents, and that's how the kids are growing. They're asking you questions, running up and down, and that's life. And
Let me ask
then
you a question.
apart
Let,
from
let me
that,
ask you a question. Let me ask you a
sure,
question, MVP, as we continue. Let me ask you a question. Because women have
right.
been talking and men never have the guts to come up here and have a conversation. Now I shall bring you up in a minute. Kangethe has been arrested. You know how he killed Margaret Mbitu. I'm gonna ask you a very simple question. Why is it happening on a regular that Kenyan men are killing women of their Kenyan women in America, and how can we stop this from happening in the future? Back to you.
Okay, yeah, we have to know the reasons as to why such is happening. And with my answer, the first answer is culture shock. Like this is what I had never used to do. I'm a 25, a 30-year-old man. I've come here to the US. That is something I've never done for the rest of
So I'm
my life.
about to go live, so can you keep it quiet too?
Somebody's talking?
No, Nash was telling someone to be quiet in the background.
Yeah,
But
so
go.
Oh, sorry
the
about that.
culture shock, like this is what I never used to do. Like I've never done it. To be sincere, I've never done it. And there you bring, it's like putting me in jail. I'm sorry to say that, but it's that kind of feeling you feel like you're just there, you know, like everything is
What is the
happening.
cost? So you said the cost is so when you said let's be very we gotta be
The
specific. When
cause,
you say culture shock,
the
you
cause
come
is
to
the way we
America.
were.
You come to America. Here you are with. Is it the culture shock of how the American system, the American life
No, it's
is,
the
the
way we were
system?
brought up. Like it's the way we were brought up. Okay, I'm from Kenya. Even in Kenya, back there, the way we were brought up, like I've never been in the house with the young kids with a new, of course, it's a new environment as well. Like that's something I've never done. If I have a family back home, okay, some of our parents are back home. Like my mother is there, my father is there, my other siblings are there. If I have a family, they'll help me do it. And in most cases, men are the ones who go hunting. Men, we are meant to hunt. We are not meant to just sit there. We're meant to go and bring it. We go and bring the food home. So when you come here, all of us are going hunting, right?
It's the same thing. Women in Kenya, they go hunting too.
Okay.
Of course, they go hunting, but the settings is the settings.
Which,
Can I
okay,
say
Nash,
something?
Ghostface, that's nice
So
and clear.
in
What up?
this
But continue.
case for Kangethe, I didn't know him personally, but I knew of him and I knew pretty much all his friends. I knew Margaret as well, all her friends. Like
Finally.
where I live. I live in New Hampshire. Kangethe actually
Oh,
live in the same town as me. He had just moved to the town where I live, but previously he lived in a town called Lowell, Massachusetts. For whoever knows Massachusetts, it's north of Boston. So for somebody like
go ahead.
Kangethe, I would say it is not a matter of hunting because huyu ni mtu mwenye amelelewa huku. He came here as a young man. His parents are here, his brothers are here, his uncles are here, aunties are here. So ni mtu amelelewa huku. Soti yes alilelewa na culture ya Kenya, lakini pia kuna hiyo Uamerika
Thank
imeongezwa
you.
hapo
Thank you
ndani.
for clarifying that. Thank you.
So
Ndio hiyo.
when it
Hata
comes
nipo
to
umekama hapa. Kwa hivyo Kangethe aku grow up in ati ame grow up sijui pale Kino. The guy
no,
grew up in America in an American system.
nikaa mimi nilikuja, I came to the US when I was 9 years old, and I came here in
Okay, there you go.
1997. So
Okay,
yes,
perfect.
mi ni Mkenya, naendaga Kenya kutembea,
Yeah.
lakini siwezi jikompea kusema ati mimi nilikuwa natembea nimelala njaa like the stories that we hear from my parents. Siwezi, I cannot compare
That's
myself
right.
to what my parents went through, right?
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you, Ghostface, for clarifying that.
our parents kuturaise huku, they raised us, they tried to raise us na hizo mentalities za Kenya, but with time, you adjust and you do as the Americans do. You live unaishi maisha wa American because that's
You
where
have
you
to.
are.
I mean, Ghostface, if you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. It's very
Yes,
simple.
exactly.
So
So
let
ukijana
this
me, I believe history yake juu he was abusive in a sense. There was cases where it's all over the news where Chapa. I think there was even a restraining order against him to her.
Really?
I didn't even know this.
Yes. So hii kesi yake seti it was a one-time thing that it happened, and I think for him to kill her, she was actually, I think the story is she was trying to reject him, na huyu jamaa akakataa kurejectiwa.
That's right. Thank you, Ghostface, so far. Go
So,
ahead, we listen.
and for him to do that, I think it's for him. So where I live in this part of Lowell, Massachusetts, Lowell, Boston area, Worcester, there's instances where when people love each other, like they love hard to the point where ataki kukuona na mtu mwingine, ataki kukuachilia.
True.
Unaona? So
Yeah, the person feels like he owns you.
yes, exactly, yes. Regardless whether ulilelewa huku, ulilelewa Kenya, that goes out the window because love, unajua mtu akipenda mtu, like you go crazy. Just like all the Black Americans, how they are sometimes with their women. Some I don't want to say white men, but sana African Americans, Black Americans local. So unajua like how the Black Americans are when they'll fight you for their women. Tuona umeangalia demu yake in a certain way, huyo anaona ni kama unamtaka demu yake. So I believe he had that mentality.
Ghostface, you can actually correct that. Not even just fight you, and they'll kill you.
They'll
Just
kill
say
you,
it.
yeah. They'll kill
That's
you.
right. Yeah.
So yeah, amelelewa na hiyo mentality ya huku. It's not a matter at your culture. It's not culture shock. That's definitely not culture shock.
Thank you very much.
Because
That has nothing to do with culture
amelelewa
shock.
huku. The guy, I think he was so entitled to her.
Oh my God.
Very entitled to her. And she was a beautiful lady. Huyu msichana, she grew up here too. And her parents, her sisters, they all grew up here. Like they've been here for a long time. I think almost over 15, 20 years. So ni watu wamelelewa huku. So this is not this was a crime of passion, basically.
Thank you.
This was a crime of passion where the guy just didn't want to let go of this lady, and he didn't want to see this lady go anywhere else. Alikuwa tu anataka tu akuwe wake. And apparently, mtu ameuliza, did they have kids? No, they did not have kids. But I don't know how true it is. She might have been pregnant.
That is actually something, Ghostface. Someone called me from, I think from Seattle,
Yeah.
at the time when after Margaret Mbitu was found dead, and I did the show, and then someone called me and said, by the way, there are rumors that she might have been pregnant.
Yes.
And then I'm thinking,
she might not have wanted to keep it.
Yes. Now listen to everyone who's watching, and you agree. Now, if that's the case, if we have a statement which is gonna confirm that Margaret Mbitu at the time of being killed, she was pregnant. Do you know what how that counts in the American system, in the American law system?
Double murder.
It's double homicide.
Double homicide.
Yeah. No, Massachusetts. I think I've done my homework pretty well. In Massachusetts, they don't have.
There's no death penalty. There's no death penalty.
That's right. No death penalty. Sorry, there's no death penalty. Yeah.
It's just life sentence.
Yeah. So in this case, if they're gonna be whatever, depending on how they're gonna run it in the court, then it's gonna be double life sentences. If that's gonna, yeah.
Yeah, but in this case, yeah, he's definitely spending the rest of his life in prison.
I mean, that's
if he doesn't commit suicide, it's definitely.
Yeah.
But I saw a tweet from the U.S. Embassy today saying they are thanking the Kenya government for like arresting him. Was that?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think he'll be repatriated soon?
Oh yeah, definitely. He'll be here probably next week on Monday or Tuesday.
That's right. The guy is already actually even it might even be earlier. The statement from the DA in Suffolk said, I'm extremely grateful to the U.S. Department of State's Diplomatic Security Service, the FBI, of course, who are involved, the Kenyan law enforcement agencies, the Kenyan government, and the Massachusetts State Police for bringing the person accused of Margaret Mbitu's brutal murder into custody. That was the DA. Nash, and stay there, Ghostface, and thank you very much, Ghostface. Umejibu maswali zingine ambazo tatu. Sasa tumeelewa. Mimi sikuwa kulikuwa na restraining order. Did you guys know that?
No.
No.
Ashley is saying he's going to be in the USA on Friday. I agree. Jaman, I mean these guys are not gonna waste any time. Here? Murder? Awakondege sahi. Nash, New Jersey.
And the fact that he ran away too.
Yes.
So it becomes a federal crime.
And by the way, Nash, Ghostface, I have another question I'm gonna be having for you in a second. Nash, let's go to you. And thank you guys. Finally, Kenyan man in the chat. Thank you.
So yes. So to me, I'm gonna say it's so sad for how this man decided to do what he did. And I don't believe in like fighting a woman. And there's always something which you guys can solve. So for me, I was raised in Kenya. So I came to the US over 20 years now. When I came here, I was a young man, but I was raised in Kenya. So before I came here, I used to raise my niece and nephew. So I was already like doing, like, you know how we work here and you're taking care of a child. Yes, I was ready and I knew what's right or wrong. But the only thing when I came to the US, there was a culture shock here. About like right now, when you have kids, you have to take the kids to the daycare. So a husband or a wife have to decide who's gonna be at home if you guys cannot afford to pay the the daycare. But myself here, when I came, I live with a family who they had kids, and I helped to raise their kids. And also that's how I learned the same time about to live in the US. But I'm married myself, and I have a beautiful wife, and she's American herself. And I'm lucky she's a old school like me. Like, you know how Kenya, our parents, like our mother treated our father. So she's like that. She does cook and she clean, and we do both the same, clean and cook. Whoever is first at home do the cleaning or cooking. But most of the time, she still don't let me do that. Even if she come from work, she just goes straight and cook.
But Nash, don't you agree? I mean, it's the 21st century. For
Yes,
Christ's sake,
yes,
the issue, the days of when, I mean, our grandfathers used to say, a man doesn't belong in the kitchen. But I mean,
yes,
for Christ's sake, things have changed.
yes,
It's the 21st
100%.
century. Men have to do exactly the same domestic chores that
Right.
women do. Okay, it
Yes.
doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Are you gonna cook? Yes. Are you gonna do laundry? Yes. God damn it! Just grab the clothes and throw them in the washing machine, in the laundry machine. It's not
Right.
who's doing it. It's just pressing a button. Get them out, put them in the dryer. Next thing,
Yes.
cooking, same thing. And
Right.
especially if you have children,
Yes.
you're not running away from these domestic responsibilities.
No. You guys have to do
Women,
both.
women.
So,
Yeah, go ahead, Nash.
so anyway, so for myself, again, I'm lucky. I was able to find. She's American, and currently I'm in Florida.
Black American,
Florida.
white American, Spanish.
She's a Black American, born and raised in the U.S. And
Okay. God damn.
myself,
By the way, hey, by the way, that's very unique, bro. Listen, when it comes to
yes,
dating these Black American women, God damn it, I did it once.
yes.
I dated a Black American for 6 hours. I was done. Uh, that's
She,
very, that's very. I mean, you don't hear these all the time. I mean, hey, we know how that goes.
no, yeah.
God damn.
So,
And
Right.
so
shout out to
my,
my Black American folks. I got a lot of Black American friends, but no, hell no.
myself,
I mean getting all Black American coochie. Huh? No.
Host,
myself, like
host,
I'm in Florida right now. That's where I live. And also she's
host.
Floridian. And I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you the difference between the Southern and the Midwest women, or West or East. So the Southern women, like a Black American, they are like Kenyans. I'll tell you, they don't have that
Bro,
attitude.
they're like Kenyans on steroids. I lived in Georgia. What are you talking about?
I know, but Georgia, and you come Florida, you see a different setting for real.
Yeah.
And
Host,
myself, I
host.
live in Florida.
Man,
No, I
wait.
live in Minnesota, and I had like a previously, of course, before we married, we dated. Like my previous relationship, she was from Missouri, and she was a little bit different completely. It was different,
Kenyan or Black American?
a Black American. I dated
Man,
a
you've been
Kenyan
having, gosh, you've been
before.
having something. Yeah, yo, gosh, you've been having. Yes, hey, bro, we gotta take you. Listen, we gotta take you to. Nani muganga hapa? We gotta get checked. What's up with you with Black American coochie?
For
Huh?
me, okay, I dated Africans,
He like
including
the black
Kenyans,
bones.
but it
Okay.
didn't work. Now I said, whoever is closer
Cornbread.
to me, and that's how I was able to. And we've been together for now 11 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and we've been in
Nice.
Kenya. She's been in Kenya before several times, and
Wow.
Oh,
she go
that's
to,
why.
yeah, not
That's
no,
why, gosh, there's a difference when you date. Listen, there's a difference
yeah,
when you date a Black American who's been to Africa, and like you say, you've been to Kenya, than a Black American woman who actually knows Africa from just watching BET.
yeah,
Those are different ones.
right.
No
So
pun intended. And by the way, I got a lot of they
Like
actually
what?
are Candace. Don't get me started.
yeah, even we have a Kenyan church here, and we always go to Kenya. She even cook Kenyan food, so she loves Kenyan food. She
Amazing.
cooks like for
Allah Akbar.
anything, like
Good for
you
you.
know the difference. And then on this part, whatever we're talking about, like in our church, we have a men's group, Kenyan men's group also, where we also talk about the situation, and also we have other friends we invite, like so that we cannot have this kind of situation with women, because sometimes women can provoke you, but there's a way how to go around it and solve the problem without fighting.
Ngash, let me ask you a question. You dating
Yes.
again? This is an intercultural marriage which you are in.
Right.
But let me actually ask a question. Ghostface, you've lived in America also your whole life. Do you have a Black American girlfriend?
No, me, I have a Rwandese wife.
Wow.
Wow, nice.
Mashallah. Hey, you
That's
got the
nice.
best ones. Hey, you got the